This is about to be shit.
What?
Yeah.
What's your analysis gonna be, bro?
Shit. Juwan next down.
Except my STEEZ not going on, yes, Lord.
Bring y'all post game review. This time we had Collingwood Magpies versus West Coast Eagles.
At Marvel Stadium.
What you think coming into this game, man?
Shit. Coming into this game, we've seen West Coast have some nice patches of footy. And actually in previous years, even when Collingwood was decent, we've seen West Coast actually come out on top of Collingwood.
Never forget 2018.
So it was a possibility of thinking West Coast could be decent, but all signs point to Collingwood coming into this game, given the momentum that they've been riding after the rocky start they've been having all year. So I did expect Collingwood to win this game until I tipped, especially if this game is not at Optus. I really was expecting Collingwood to come out and win this game. Margin was to be determined, though, for me.
So for me coming into this game, I ain't gonna lie, I took West Coast because this is West Coast all day, every day. But not today, apparently, because these boys is quite ass. But I did. You always have an inkling, bro. We were ass last 2 years, so we still trying to fight our way out of that ass category. But it got a grip on us right now. Had those 2 wins. We're gonna hold on. We're gonna hold on. We're gonna hold on to those 2 wins this year, because oh boy, I don't know if we're gonna get another one. Collingwood, they're a good team. I did think they was gonna win, but I never took against us. Well, at least I was saying that. But you know, but here we are, and we had a fucking shit game. I don't even think there's too much to say, but you can go ahead first.
So I do want to say, I first want to say, I do, and I'm guilty of it too. I think y'all reacted just a little bit. I think y'all definitely win another game this season. I think y'all win a couple more games this season. I think it's obvious that West Coast is a different team in the midfield without Elliott Yo. And if he's not expected to miss the whole season, just him and Harley together look good in themselves, alongside with the other couple mids that they have. I'll back y'all to win some more games.
All right. Well, I will credit that we are missing a few key players. Elliott Yo, yeah, and Harley's still too young to shepherd that load by himself right now. So he definitely needs Yo to make him look good. But Waterman, our star forward this year, he definitely was. We definitely felt him not being here. We really didn't have anybody to be out there making the big plays in the forward line. Darwin, he's looking old and slow as shit. And shit, we lost Petrocelli early in this game too, so we didn't have no speed. Man, Collingwood was just doing the same fucking shit all game, bro. Just making us look real silly. It was like simple shit, like the simple handballs. They would just get around, get by us, and then they were just in our 450 scoring goals like constantly. It was just, I don't know. It's like the definition of insanity, because niggas was doing the same shit and we was just getting fucked up every time, bro. It was really, truly ridiculous.
So I think in the beginning of the game, well, Collingwood looked good for the whole game. Let me start there. But they looked continually better and better. West Coast, I would say for the better part of the beginning of the game, their defense was holding up. Collingwood, when they would have entries inside 50, and it would be deep entries. And West Coast was good at cutting off those deep entries, I think. But they started breaking the game open more with the shallow kicks inside 50, more toward the half forward area and in between the deep, the goal square and half forward. So I do want to commend West Coast for doing that. But eventually, and this is all, it goes for all defenses. When you're under the pump so much, the floodgates are going to open eventually, especially when you're a team like Collingwood, who the style that they play and just the relentless effort and relentless back of repeat entries and the turnover and just counterattack, they're definitely a hard team to be able to try and withstand a constant run. But I was thinking in the beginning of the game, even when the deficit was probably 4 goals or something, I didn't count West Coast out. I think they just needed to tighten up a little bit, be able to tighten up on their own ball movement and their entries themselves too, and not succumb to the turnover or to the pressure of Collingwood, and they'll be able to be in the game, but they just weren't able to do that as the game went on.
Yeah, it's like it's like we, West Coast, we really didn't learn our lesson. Like, you know, you would expect quarter time, halftime for them to come back and have some adjustments made to prevent.
Coach.
Yeah, it just it might be time for some more to go, but it's definitely there need to be talks during quarter time, halftime, just to make the simple changes because it was like clear as day what Collingwood was doing. They had somebody sneaking out the back. It was just handball, big kick down the line, and like that happened so much. It was like, all right, at some point, you know what's happening. You got to stop it, but we just never stopped it for the whole 4 quarters. They were doing this to us, so it's like we never even had a chance, bro. They just really made us look silly. Collingwood was looking like their premiership side, and we were just looking like our wooden spoons. So I don't know, man. It was quite a bad game, and we have a tough game next week, and it's not looking good for us coasters.
The game was guaranteed over, I think, in the second quarter. There was 7 goals that Collingwood scored. And they were just able to do that just by working the ball to the outside every time through uncontested possessions, handballs, and then, like you were saying, handball. That was all through stoppages or center bounce. They just got a lot of the footy and didn't have much pressure to have to deal with, so they were able to get the ball, whether it was precise or not, forward. And when the ball's not marked, Collingwood's a better team in that aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to say something else. But there were moments where West Coast looked good. Like I liked seeing Jimby a little bit. He stood up in the contest a little bit. Harley obviously looks great every time he's breaking tackles. He's just a grown man in a boy's body. He's a grown man body too, but a boy in a grown man's body.
Had a specky this game.
Had a nice specky. I wanted to say something else. Yeah, second quarter was pretty much it for them boys, man.
It's really. I like to point out too that West Coast is an extremely young team. We had a debutant this game, Tyrell DeWall.
Yep.
Yeah, he came out, kicked the goal in this first game. I think he had a goal in the behind. He had that behind when we hadn't kicked a goal in like 40-something minutes, and it was still another behind. But you know, it's going to be a lot of growing pains still. West Coast, I think most of our side is on the 22 right now, and the vets be getting hurt all the time. McGovern went down this game
every time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not this year. We'll be back up there sometime in the future. We definitely making on the upward trend. Just
definitely.
A few more years experience with the boys, and should be back competitive.
Yeah. Matter of fact, what I meant to say, another thing I was about to say was how it did. We lost that. It did kind of look like a whole systemic issue. It was just wrong place, wrong time, and there was effort. There was definitely effort, but it was like y'all aren't in the right place, and the coaching staff needs to reflect that. I would definitely attribute that to getting out coached there in this game.
That's all I got for this one.
Me too.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit. We do be live. This is probably the last game we do this week, so y'all catch us next week.
Y'all watch that one.
Yeah. Catch y'all.